last week I put up that we were doing a giveaway. So we were giving away, this is the back side, the front side of the shirt. We're giving away an Unfiltered shirt of your choice. Winner's going to be picked on Black Friday, which is November 29th. So what you need to do is you need to like the video. You can either like week 11, week 12, or week 13's video. Subscribe, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and then leave a comment. So it's only going to be one entry per person, but one person will be selected, and then I will reach out to you and figure out your size. So this is just a reminder, and I will do this next week as well. But Black Friday is a hard deadline on that. All right, everyone, welcome back. We got week 12 fantasy football. As usual, we're going to do our start and sits. We're going to go into our betting, and then we have a little special segment today where we're going to actually read some of the comments from the last episode just because I think they're absolutely hilarious. And I know X is probably going to either cat out or just have a good laugh. We're also going to still do our hot takes, but I just kind of wanted to tell you guys that we are going to read your comments. We do read your comments, and I think a lot of them were funny. So I wanted to go ahead and share them with X. X has not read them all yet, so it'll kind of be like a in the moment kind of thing.
Got to destroy some people.
There you go. As usual, please like and subscribe. And if you can't comment, and like I said, we're gonna be reading them. So if you want to know anything that we have going on with Unfiltered, go to www.unfiltered.com. There you can go to our merch website, which I'm wearing, X is wearing. We got all kinds of different color shirts. If you know me directly, I'm going to be putting an order together. The hard cap on that's December 6th, so I can order it before the holidays. So if you want a shirt, a sweater, something in that realm, not necessarily the underwear or the stickers or anything of the crazy stuff that I have on there, but just a shirt or a sweater, I can definitely get you those at a good price before the holidays. All right, week 12, starting at quarterback. Let's just get into it. Second week in a row. Like I said last week, I didn't have him anywhere on my list as a start or a sit. I'm starting Herbert, dude. Justin Herbert balled out. He's done well. The whole transition period with Harbaugh coming in, and they are still a run-first team, but Baltimore is like 32nd ranked in the league when it comes to their defense, and I don't know why, because I was singing their high praises all season long. But Baltimore gives up a lot of points, man. It is what it is. That's not uncommon to hear. Herbert has figured out how the hell Quentin Johnston is actually doing well for once. And
Ladd McConkey's coaching, dude.
Hey, Ladd McConkey's doing pretty sick, and he's a pretty good flex if you need him. Sick rookie.
Hey, I just want you to know, in the first episode, I called him at number 50. I mean, I did say he was on the Giants, but regardless.
But
I still called him.
I'm all in on the Chargers, not necessarily like to win it all, but as far as like for fantasy purposes, I really like their offense, what they got going. Their defense is great. I think Baltimore, it'll be a good matchup. Personally, I think Baltimore still wins that, but I think fantasy reasons, you're going to start Herbert this week just with Baltimore's defense being so bad. And next, you're starting the boy Baker Mayfield. First off, that dude's a G. He kind of reminds me of like a better Ryan Fitzpatrick. I don't know why, or like a better Johnny Manziel, I should say. But he's playing against New York Giants. New York Giants just benched Daniel Jones. Not like that really matters. They're starting Tommy DeVito. But
the
that
Italian
team,
stallion, brother.
There you go. I don't know about all that. But he is just as bad. He's not very good. I mean, I guess he's better than Jones. But they're going for the first pick. They're going freaking Travis Hunter, or they're going Shedeur Sanders. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to pick one of the two. So that's what they want. They want the number one pick. Baker's getting Mike Evans back this week, and it looks like he's on track to play. So because of that, even though Baker has Cade Otton, another weapon isn't going to hurt, and Mike Evans is arguably still a top 10 receiver in the league when healthy. So I really like this matchup this week, and I do think he does a lot of damage. So I definitely start him, and if he's on your waiver wire, absolutely grab him. Sitting. We might have to talk about this a little later too, but you're sitting Brock Purdy. You're sitting him all season. I mean, oh jeez. I'm happy I backed him once all year, and I haven't backed him again. He's definitely not looking like a $60 million quarterback, so I'm glad we haven't paid him yet. But Angel and I kind of get into these back and forth arguments. He's like, you guys are going to pay him $50 million, $60 million. And I'm like, I think we can just tag him and see what happens. I go, I'd rather just draft a quarterback at this point, because he's already proven that he can't win without an all-supporting cast, like an all-pro cast. And
to be
he's throwing
fair,
interceptions, making bad decisions.
Old boy Angel also says that Trevor Lawrence is better than Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, and we'll get into that later too. Don't you worry. But I do have to agree with him. Purdy is playing absolutely trash. It's
Yes.
really bad. Green Bay,
Yeah.
their defenses look really good this year. Their offense with Jordan Love on there is young. It's good. Jordan Love's running a lot more. Dobbs didn't have a big game last week, but he has potential to do that if they decide to double Jaden Reed. And you still got Christian Watson out there that people forget about. And you have a probably top 10 running back and Josh Jacobs in the backfield as well. So I really like what they have going in Green Bay. It's unfortunate. I was going to go to this game, but due to family reasons, and my wife and I weren't able to go out. My wife is a Packers fan. Full transparency. It was in Lambeau, so that'd been a sick game to go to. But we couldn't make it. I honestly am glad because I don't think the Niners win this game, and I just think we're going to have a rough go at it. Next, you're sitting Tommy DeVito. I mean, I know in like this is more for 14-man leagues. If you absolutely need a quarterback and you got to figure it out. I mean, I grabbed Daniel Jones at one point against Carolina just to see what was going to happen, and I mean, I think all fantasy experts pretty much told you to do that.
To be fair on that, I picked up DeVito because Lamar Jackson in my other league, my 2-quarterback league, is going to have a bye week on week 14. DeVito's going against the Saints during that time, so that's the only reason why I picked him up. Only reason.
And their defense still isn't that bad. So, mind you,
their
defense is still top 6 against the quarterback.
Well, see, I'm thinking that the Giants are going to be down so much that he's going to have to throw the ball. So I'll get points in the air regardless.
Hopefully. I mean, he has Malik, so I like Malik.
Yeah.
But this week against Tampa Bay's defense isn't really anything to be crazy about. They have shown flashes of greatness here and there, obviously opponent-based. But Tommy DeVito coming in for Daniel Jones, I just don't really like his matchup. I think they're going to be behind quite a bit, and I just don't think it's going to end up well for him. So this week I would not start him. But X, who you got starting a quarterback this week?
This week I got the boy Goff going against Indianapolis. Indianapolis is not. They're still poo-poo.
Hey, Richardson did better this last week. I'll tell you that.
I don't care, and I've seen it on some of my feeds that people are saying to pick up Richardson off the waiver and play him.
No.
Do not do that. Do not do that. We're smarter than that. The boys are smarter than that. The boys listen to what I have to say, and they know not to fall in that trap. Not to fall in that trap. But last week, boys, your boy was on fire. He was getting everything right. So we're going to ride off that hot streak, and we're definitely going to put Goff in going against Indianapolis. Indianapolis's offense is still garbage. Their defense is sort of in the same as the Titans, where they have a good defense, just a crappy offense. So unfortunately, the Colts fall in that category. Next, you're going to start Stroud against Tennessee. You are going to start that boy because for the same exact reasons that I just said, Tennessee's offense is garbage. Therefore, their defense, unfortunately, falls into that category as well. Sitting, you are going to sit Stafford against Philadelphia. That is a boom or bust matchup that right now, since we are getting close to playoffs, nobody can afford that type of risk right now. Nobody can afford that.
Well, so let me tell you this. Jalen Hurts is questionable now.
It might
get interesting. I
did see that. I'm not too worried about it. Jalen Hurts will be just fine. Wednesday practices are normally those practices that the players will take off for that just extra day of recovery. It's just a film day for them. Should be fine.
But I do agree with your assessment, though. It'll be a huge boom or bust, but I do think that Puka and Cooper still have value, though.
Oh, no, 100% they still do. But Stafford, you're taking a really big risk right now, and I don't think anybody coming towards playoff time should be willing to risk anything at that point.
In a 10-team league, yes. In a 14, I think you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, sure. But next one you're going to sit is Winston against Pittsburgh. Winston is also a boomer bust. He either puts up 30s or he's putting up 10. He's looking like Aaron Rodgers numbers. So Pittsburgh has a really good defense. For some weird reason, Pittsburgh offense is like something. It was super weird to me.
The boy Pickens. The boy.
No, Pickens is still garbage, dude. Pickens is still garbage.
Dude. Just throw it up and pray.
No, my gosh, dude. It's disgusting. I don't know how Pittsburgh's doing what they're doing, But mark my words, they'll go no farther than second round of playoffs. No farther. Pittsburgh is not a Super Bowl caliber team. They are not.
I agree.
They're not in that category. So you're definitely going to sit Winston against Pittsburgh in that matchup.
Next, we got running back. So I'm starting Kareem Hunt. And the reason why I'm saying that is, well, take it lightly just because I don't know if Pacheco's going to be back, but I believe he will be on a snap count. But because Carolina is so bad, I do really think both running backs have a lot of value this week, even if Pacheco is on a snap count. Carolina sucks. If you've been listening, you know they're trash.
Yeah.
Probably the worst team in the league, in my personal opinion. I don't care how bad the Cowboys are, how bad the Titans are. The Jaguars are there too, and the Giants. This team's probably the worst team I've ever seen in a hot minute. So I like both of them at that, but I still think Hunt is going to take over as first running back for this week, I guess is the word I want to say. And then next week, as Pacheco starts getting more and more healthy, I mean, obviously you're going to see his role decline a little bit.
Yep.
Next, you're starting Kyren Williams. So I know it's against the Philly defense, and we kind of just talked about Philly defense, but for me, Kyren Williams has almost scored a touchdown every single game that he's played this year in fantasy football. So for me, I know he's going to go. If they're on the 1 yard line, they're going to run up the middle with Kyren. So I think with the fact that he is touchdown dependent, but he is going to get touchdowns, and they're probably going to be from coming, like, that's going to sound bad. They're going to be far behind in points. There we go. Find the right way to say that. They're going to be behind in points, so they're going to be tossing the ball a lot, and Kyren might just be there for a couple passes. So in PPR leagues, which you should be playing these days, it's going to be very good for him. Sitting. I'm going to keep saying this. I don't care if he has one good game. You're sitting Ramondre Stevenson. Just sit him. Like, drop him. He ain't it, man. He ain't it no more. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. Against Miami's defense hasn't been that good, but I don't really like Ramondre this week. I don't like Ramondre any week, and I don't know what's going on there. But even last year, he kind of had like a couple good games, and then he got hurt. So maybe the injuries is what's kind of catching up to him there. Next. So this was a hard one for me because this guy here actually won me a couple matchups and then needed to maybe potentially get into the playoffs. But you're sitting Chuba Hubbard, and one, they're playing against Kansas City. They're playing against Kansas City. So, I mean, it's hard to really play him no matter how much value he has. I mean, he could still put up a lot of points, but Jonathan Brooks, they picked him up, I think, in the first round or the second round. I forget. I think it's the second round. But they grabbed him, one of the first running backs. He's supposed to be very, very good. And now that he's activated and expected to play, he's going to be eating into Chuba Hubbard's workload. I don't know how much exactly, but against Kansas City, arguably probably the best defensive line in football. Not right now, but or how to explain it? Maybe top 5. They're probably top 5 best.
Their defensive coordinator,
Spagnuolo, I'm thinking of Jones too. I mean, he's like one of the best. And so it's kind of like they don't really give up a lot of points to the run this year. So for me, I just don't really like the matchup, and I don't think they're going to do well. X, who you got starting at running back this week?
So starting this one is a risky one. I know I just went on a rant and a spiel about it, but there is even a point where I had to do this. You're going to start Mostert against New England. You're going to take a chance on that boy. I think that's a good matchup. I think if you have a chain, obviously you're going to play him, right? But I think for those of you that have Mostert, that have kept him kind of stashed, I think this would be your time, especially with a lot of bye weeks coming around. This would be a good time to play him. I think that he's going to have good value with it. I think a chain is going to get worked pretty hard. And I think Miami's going to take a lead. And then they're going to go into the running game, out of respect, as most coaches do, right? When you're up 21, you're not still passing the ball, just bombing it to Tyreek. You're not really doing that. You're running out the clock, things like that. And I think that Mostert's going to get some value. I think that if that coaching staff is smart, then they'll throw in their second string running backs and duke them out and see which one would be a good backup. You're also going to start Pollard, the boy Tony Pollard, against Houston. Whenever the Titans go against divisional matchups, they love to run. So even if the Titans start to get behind, they're still going to run. They lean on the run game still. we're hoping with Callahan that they would find an identity in the passing game. Unfortunately, we don't have the line for that, but we do still like to run. So I think Pollard would be a good start. You're sitting Dowdle against Washington. Washington's a really good team. How Dowdle has even gotten the usage that he has is still beyond me. But Washington is just too good of a team. That offense is going to just carry the ball for days and days and days and just clear out that clock to where that run game is going to get abandoned real quick. Not a good matchup. You're also going to sit both of the Browns running backs against Pittsburgh. Chubb hasn't really done a whole lot since he's been back. Head coach of the Browns even said that since they are on a short week, that they're going to end up resting Chubb just a little bit more. So Ford should be getting more carries. Regardless, though, Pittsburgh's defense, very stout. Not really worth it.
Yeah, I agree on that. I mean, that's going to be a good divisional matchup, so I am excited to see how that plays out because those games usually end up being bangers.
I'm always scared of divisional matchups anyways, so, I mean, that also just reinforces it.
Yeah, that's fair. So receivers. So I'm starting Scary Terry, man. I know Scary Terry's been having a rough go at it for the last couple of weeks, but what better team to bounce back than the Dallas Cowboys, man? I mean, America's team, or are they America's worst team? I don't really know. But maybe I'll let Angel decide that, and he can come and tell me all about it in the comments. But Scary Terry should have a good week. Yeah, Dallas has decent corners, but I mean, let's call it for what it is. They're tanking. Coach Mike McCarthy just sold his house in Texas.
Oh, it's over. The boy's
he's on his way out. The team doesn't respect him. Mike is mouthing off. I think at this point, Washington goes in there, blows him out, puts in Marcus Mariota in the fourth quarter, and calls it a day. Next, you're starting Mike Evans. And yes, I know Mike Evans is like a top 5, top 10 receiver, but he's back. And the reason why I wanted to put him in here is because, one, I put Baker as my starting quarterback. But Mike Evans is going to come back. They're in a need to win, especially with Atlanta being number 1 in their division right now. Evans is going to get a lot of work. Godwin's gone. Who's he going to throw to? Either Otten or Evans, and that's kind of it. And what we know about Baker Mayfield is he's going to get in the ball. That's what he does. Don't know how he does it, but he figures out a way, and he might have 10 receptions for 100 yards. And if he scores a touchdown, cool. And if not, that's still 20 points for your fantasy league. So
he's a poor man's. He's the Wish version of Patrick Mahomes, dude.
Hey, he's better than Johnny Manziel, though. He's better than Johnny Manziel. Very similar, though. But so you're sitting Cleveland's receivers, and it's kind of more like a piggyback, I guess, to what you were saying earlier about Jameis Winston. I just don't like the divisional matchup. Jerry Jeudy had one good week. Who was going to know? I mean, honestly, I had him on my bench. Yeah. I didn't know he was going to do well. But Pittsburgh, you still got Joey Porter Jr. I mean, Cleveland doesn't really have a whole lot of – I mean, they have Cedric Tillman, but it's not really any kind of big names. They already have traded one of their starters. I think they were kind of gearing up to have a top pick, and then they're still winning here and there. They were surprised at Jameis Winston. But all that to say, don't start him this week. I don't think they have a good matchup. It's going to be a close game. Next, you're sitting Jordan Addison. So I've been seeing a lot of people drop Jordan Addison, and then another team will pick him up, and then they start him. And then they'll drop him that week, the next week, and then another team picks him up, and then they start him again. It's like, look, call it for what it is. Justin Jefferson is the number 1 guy there, which we've been saying all year long, no matter what.
Yeah.
TJ Hawkinson came back. He's the number 2 guy there, and he's the most safe guy there because he's going to be right there in the middle. Hands like a receiver. Boy's bigger than freaking a lineman. He's huge. I think he's like 6'7", 6'5". I might have over-exaggerated, but he's still a big
monster.
Boy. Jordan Addison, unfortunately, is kind of an afterthought. So by the time he does his checkdowns, he's probably either covered or just he already threw the ball away. I mean, Addison, unfortunately, is just an afterthought in that offense. Anywhere else, he'd have a lot of value, but it's just not there with him in the Vikings.
I'm not gonna lie, I am an Addison fan. I like him. I picked him up in my other league. He got 17 points, I want to say, last week, and
then he got hurt.
He got hurt with fucking leg cramps, dude.
Yeah,
what a bitch, dude.
Well,
that's like, okay, so Anthony Richardson tapping himself out is like a little bit below it. Cramps? Come on, bro. You're in the NFL. You should be hydrated. Why are you getting cramps? Like, why are you getting cramps?
I think they could have gave him something he could have came back in. So,
100%, dude.
but they're playing against the Chicago Bears this week, and the Chicago Bears almost beat the Packers. And their offense is trash, but their defense is great, and it's a divisional matchup. I just don't like it.
Right. On that sideline, though, they got like a pharmacy down there, dude. They could have gave him something for that.
He could have came back.
Whatever. Yeah.
X, who you starting at receiver this week?
So starting, I got the boy Williams again. Williams going against Indianapolis. Solid matchup right there. If you are running Detroit right now, the Detroit Lions are playing like they're going up against high school teams, dude. It's literally high school matchups every single time. Dude, they're putting up big numbers all the time. Williams is a part of that offense, even with Williams is what Jordan Addison should be, is right now how Detroit is working. Detroit is showing the Vikings how they should be playing, but they're just not. Because Detroit, you have Amon Ra, right? Obviously, you're number one. You got Laporta, and then you got Williams. But Williams is still putting up points. So you're going to keep playing Williams. He's got a solid matchup this week. He's going to be very good. You're also going to start Nico Collins against Tennessee. Now, Tennessee should be getting back Snead. Snead's been gone for 3 weeks. Should be. Doesn't mean he is, though, right? So, with that, you do got to understand that that is based off of Stroud. If Stroud ends up crapping the bed, then that's going to go to crap. But up until that point, we should be good.
I think that you should say Nico Collins / Tank Dell. I think if Snead is there, then you're going to insert Tank Dell. I mean, you're starting Nico Collins regardless, but Snead's most likely going to cover Nico Collins over Tank Dell.
But here's the thing, though, is Snead's not going to leave that side. I'm pretty positive he's not going to leave that side. So worst case scenario, you could just flip-flop. Nico Collins is going to get up big points before Tennessee's defense okay, Snead, you're going to stay with Collins the whole time.
Start Joe Mixon.
That's
the best part of this week.
100%.
Start mixing.
100%. That's why I didn't even put him on there. That should be a given, dude.
Obvious,
Boys putting up 30s every week. Then you're sitting DJ Moore against Minnesota. DJ Moore has been having a bad season. I am a fan of DJ Moore. However, he's just not putting up what he needs to. You just gotta sit the boy. You gotta give up on the boy. You gotta give up on the boy. If you can somehow get a trade out of him,
it's too late. All the trade deadlines already happened, man.
I mean, it's over. Just
keep him for a good matchup if you absolutely need him.
Yep. Then your next one, you're gonna sit Metcalf against Arizona. I do not like this matchup. I do not like this matchup one bit. I do not like this matchup, Sam. I am not at all. This is a weird divisional game. Seattle's coming off a big game against the 49ers, but the 49ers right now are also riddled with injuries to where it's kind of a crapshoot. DK Metcalf has not been doing a whole lot like all this season. Really has not been. Granted, whether it's injuries and then when he plays, he only puts up like a little bit over 10 points. That's not what you're looking for. This is just a weird matchup. Kyler Murray, he's got that COD 6 blood in him right now. He's just running that. He's running that Mangler serum right now. He's running big things. So I don't like DK Metcalf in this matchup. Unfortunately, I am forced to play him in my other league that I'm in third place, about to be second after this week. I'm gonna probably have to start Arizona's defense, and that's gonna be scary for me, dude.
You poor soul.
Scary. I know, dude. Trust me, there's nobody else. No other defense that's worth playing, dude. They're the only ones. So it's gonna be rough, but I would not play him. If you're able to switch him out, switch him out.
Next, we got tight end. So the boy Laporta. I mean, it's been weird. So I kind of want to start this with a little caveat. I've been noticing a lot of, well, at least I'm in 3 leagues. I've been noticing in 2 of my leagues, people are dropping Laporta, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, the most explosive offense in the NFL, you're going to drop one of their starters? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Yes, he's been hurt. Yes, he hasn't really performed this year. But if those boys are getting covered in the backfield, he's there. He can block, he can catch. He had a hell of a year last year. Playoffs are coming. To me, especially with a really bad Indianapolis Colts, you're starting him. Absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt. I'm surprised he's even ranked 10 or lower on the list on the 4-letter network that we can't name because I don't want my video taken down. But he was like 10 or 11. And I was like, are you kidding me? Next, though, you are starting Cade Otton. So the Cade Otton is back from bye. I'm really on this guy's chalk. It seems like they keep hammering it in and people do not understand. Man, that sounded really bad. But I will say they are playing against the New York Giants. That is an absolute trash team. And Baker's either throwing to Otton or he's throwing to Evans. Pretty easy to figure out who he's throwing to. And guess what? You know what he's going to do? And he still doesn't anyways? Start him. He's like a top 3 tight end this year now because of how much Baker throws to him. So you're going to start that boy sitting. Man, this hurts my soul. You're going to sit Mark Andrews, man. He had like 1 or 2 games all year that were really good. Even with Isaiah Likely out, you were like, oh, he should get some value, right? No, they gave him 2 catches, 2 receptions on 2 targets for 22 yards. That's 4.2 points. For a highly explosive team that fumbles the ball. Oh, Derrick Henry fumbled the ball. Ugh. But, yeah, I couldn't believe my eyes.
That hurt my soul.
Yeah.
That hurt me.
But that team should be explosive. That team should be getting him the ball. They're playing against the Los Angeles Chargers, who is a very good defense with a very good defensive coach, who also is a very good offensive coach at the same time in Harbaugh, who's going to have a game plan for him. Baltimore's going to have their hands full. I believe Baltimore wins, but they're going to have their hands full, and I don't like this matchup for Mark Andrews. And also, the next person you're sitting, I will always tell you this, no matter. I don't care if he puts up 1 game of 19 points. You are sitting Freiermuth. I keep seeing teams every week start Freiermuth. He is not good. He is not consistent. And he's playing against Cleveland, which is a divisional matchup. Do not start him. He should be on the waiver. He should not be on your team at this point. There are so many better options out there. Like Jonnu Smith. Like you said last week. There's so many better options. With that being said, who are you starting this week?
Oh, we're starting the boy Jonnu Smith going against New England. Why wouldn't you? The boys who are smart, the boys who are loyal to the program, listen to the boy. And what did he get you? 30 points. You're welcome. And he's not going to stop. He's not going to stop this week. This week is a solid matchup going against New England. New England's still a joke of a team.
They're still close games. I will tell you that. The games are still close.
They are weirdly close, but
their defense is not bad.
Once New England abandons the run, that's when it starts to catch up. But their defense every time folds. Every single time. That defense right now is a joke. So, Jonnu Smith definitely, once again, has another big game. I'm going to put him, we're not saying 30s again, boys. We're not saying that. But I'm going to say 15 or above. I'm going to put him at 15 or above. Next, I actually like Goddard going against the Rams. I feel like he's going to be a little bit of a sleeper. I know a lot of the times I say to play him because he really has the potential to be it. And some games, he is that guy. Like when you watch those games, dude, they're just dinking to him. Hurts is just dinking to him a lot. So I like Goddard against the Rams. The Rams lost one of their main middle linebackers in a trade to the Titans, and then the Titans traded him away. But the Rams' middle linebacking core isn't what it used to be. Not as good. So Goddard should have a lot of opportunities. You're sitting, going into the sits. You're sitting Kraft against San Francisco. San Francisco might be banged up. They still have a good defense, though. They are slowly falling into the category of the Colts and the Titans, where their offense is just such garbage that their defense is looking bad. And that's
how
That's just based off injuries, dude. That's just based off injuries.
Dude, and our offense, all we're missing is Ayuk. All we're missing is Ayuk.
And
Christian's back.
Who would have thought, dude? But even Kittle's running around there banged up too. So
he's playing this week though. But
even so, like that injury's still lingering. Then you got McCaffrey in the backfield that you're just waiting for his Achilles to just explode. So everybody's injured. I don't know, dude. At that point, San Francisco's got to fire their training staff, get somebody new in there to get that regimen back up to par. You're also going to sit Hawkinson against Chicago. Do not like that matchup. Do not like that matchup. Justin Jefferson's going to take a lot of the passes nonetheless too. Aaron Jones, still good running back. I don't like Hawkinson going against Chicago. Chicago is still a good defense, dude. Still a good defense.
I will tell you this. I told you this 2 weeks ago with Chase Brown. Hawkinson is my top 3 running back rest of the season. He's the guy that is the safest over the middle. So when they go and double Justin, they're not going to throw to Addison. They're going to throw to Hawkinson. Hawkinson is going to be your most consistent player. I don't think he's going to be putting up receiver numbers. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're going to look at all the other tight ends all together, I would put him right below K-Dot. So for me, I'm starting him. He's a must start. I'm starting him over Kyle Pitts.
Negative. Well, we're not talking about Kyle.
That's my other option. I'm starting him.
But I'm saying you're going to start Smith and Goddard over Hawkinson. That's what I'm going to say. For sure.
I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. Next, defenses. So you're starting Denver D at Las Vegas. And I feel like X is going to have a different, just because it's a divisional matchup, he might feel some type of way about it. But Denver's defense has been top tier.
Yep.
He's been top tier. They've been top tier all year long. For whatever reason, their offense, Bo Nix is figuring it out. It's weird. I don't get it. Cortland Sutton.
I know.
It's becoming a thing. Javonte Williams had a revival game where they had to say, hey, we're going to let this rookie play. And he's like, hold my beer, kid. Scores a touchdown. Wish I would have started him. But Denver D, Vegas is trash. They have no quarterback. Their run game is atrocious. I like Brock Bowers on that team. He's a must start if you have him.
That's the only
Besides
one.
That's it. That's really it.
Jacoby Myers every once in a while.
I wouldn't even. I wouldn't risk it with playoffs coming. I wouldn't even risk it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're starting Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh's playing against Cleveland, another divisional matchup. I know it's weird. We don't like these, but usually divisional matchups aren't high-scoring games. Look at San Francisco and Seattle. It came down right to the end. Most of these teams just know each other. They play each other twice a year, every year. They're close. They're competitive. That is great for defensive points because you're not losing a lot of points. There's not a lot of yards. Good for kickers. Right. You're going to be getting a lot of kicks if they can make them. If they can make them. You're sitting to Vegas D. Vegas D is not very good. They would probably say otherwise starting week 1. You know, they're on that cycle. We're the last team to beat the Chiefs. Blah blah blah. But Denver's starting to figure out with Bo Nix. Sounds like it's a Sean Payton thing. So therefore, you're definitely going to be sitting Las Vegas. And you're sitting Tennessee D. And I think that's pretty obvious. I don't really need to explain it. Even with Snead coming back. CJ's not that bad. He has his weapons back. He doesn't have Diggs. But Joe Mixon's going to bull rush up the middle, tire down that defense. And if they're on the 3rd and 1, he's just going to, or a 3rd and 5, I should say, he's just going to toss it out to Nico or Tank. I mean, still both very good, viable receivers. And I could definitely see Houston in the playoffs. Not making a crazy run, but like with Pittsburgh, they're probably better than Pittsburgh. That's where I put them at. X, you starting at defense this week.
So you're starting Kansas City against Carolina for all the reasons that we've said before at the beginning of the show. And that should be honestly a little bit self-explanatory. Looking at that, dude, looking at that one now, I'm like, maybe I should have picked somebody else, but you know, we're in it to win.
That's a gimme.
Yeah. Next one, you're gonna, just like he said, you're gonna sit Tennessee's defense. You're gonna start Houston's defense. Houston's defense is, as you saw last week, is pretty good with the old pick six, good at the turnovers. And Will Levis loves to make mistakes. So they are going to capitalize off that. You are going to sit the Rams defense against Philadelphia for obvious reasons. Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard, Jalen Hurts. I mean, there's no reason of why that defense is going to be top tier at all against that high-powered of an offense. You're also, this one might surprise you, I'm going to sit Denver against Las Vegas because it is a divisional matchup. I do like Denver's defense against Las Vegas. Do not get me wrong. I'm not saying that. I just think if there are some better matchups. There are some better matchups. That's the only reason why I'm going to say sit them. Also, like I said, don't like divisional matchups. But I really think that there are some better options that you could probably pick this week.
Like Detroit.
Yes. Oh God.
Detroit against the Colts for sure.
Oh Lord.
That's who I'm starting this week. So.
Oh yeah.
But man, let's just hop right into the Week 12 bets, huh?
Oh yeah.
All right, first game of the week. We got Thursday. We got Pittsburgh Steelers favored by 4 against the Cleveland Browns. Not a bad Thursday night game. They're starting to kind of shape in a little bit better now because the first
if
10
Winston
weeks
shows
sucked.
up, if Winston shows up, it'll be a great game.
I think it'll be a good game. I don't think it'll be high scoring, but it'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm taking Steelers though at -4. I think that's fair. They just have the better defense.
Yep.
The total's 36.5. Just because it's divisional, I think I'm going to take the under on that. Even though it's already low, I just want to take the under on that. Just because I think it's going to be low.
I think you're right. Honestly, I legitimately think you're right. But just for the sake of it, I'm actually going to go over. I think that Winston shows up, starts putting up big numbers, doing big things. Pittsburgh's going to answer back. Wilson's revitalized.
They're going to throw it up, and Pickens is going to be there somewhere out of nowhere and just catch the ball.
No.
He keeps doing it every week.
No. Pickens is going to tear his ACL.
Oh, stop! You just want to make playoffs. It's a long shot. It's over. It's done. You're done.
I do, dude. Nope, I'm still trying, boys.
You're eliminated. Next game.
Keep the drive alive.
Next game, we got Tampa Bay favored by 5.5 against the New York Giants. The total's 41.5. So for me, I'm definitely taking Tampa Bay at -5.5.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say over on the total. I think Tommy DeVito gets some work in with Malik a little bit, just a little bit.
You know what? I'll run it with you, dude.
Yeah,
I'll be sure. You know what? Hey, I'll ride that Italian stallion with you, bro.
Oh my god,
let's go.
I'm not riding no Italian stallion. That sounds terrible. Next game, we got Kansas City favored by 11. It's probably going to be the highest spread. I think they win by 35. No, but actually, they're probably going to win by 14 for sure. But you don't know. Patrick Mahomes has been kind of crappy this year. I don't know if he's as bad as Trevor Lawrence. Stats say otherwise, according to our delusional Cowboys fan Angel. But the Kansas City defense is still top tier. I'm taking Chiefs at the money line at -750, but the total is 42.5, and I'm taking the under because I have no faith in Carolina.
Oh yeah,
no faith in Carolina.
Yep. I agree.
Next game, Dallas Cowboys versus the Commanders. Commanders are favored by 10.
Oh, wow. 10.
The total's 44.5. I'm taking the under only because I don't think Cooper Rush gets it done. He had a lot of work with CD last week, and the Commanders' defense hasn't been overly great, but I just don't have a strong feeling that this game for them is going to – I don't know. I could see it 35-7, but
be
even
able
then,
to I'm not seeing Dallas putting up big points. It's going to be all Commanders if it's going to be.
I'm taking the under just because.
Yeah,
of that.
Definitely. I agree.
Yeah. Next game, man, these spreads are huge. You got New England Patriots versus Miami. Miami's favored by 7, but the total's 45.5 points.
Under for sure.
Yes,
under
but for sure.
But
Miami.
We're going
I think
Miami.
that's you're right, and it's in Miami.
Yeah.
So I definitely would agree with that. Next, we got Detroit Lions favored by 7 against the Colts. Definitely taking Detroit at -7.
But that's you probably a small spread.
Like I would take them by -21 if you can. Some of those apps that let you do multipliers, it should blow them out of the water. The total is 49.5.
Ooh,
so
negative.
Yes.
Oh.
So if you look at Detroit's games, they're scoring 35, 42, 49 points a game.
That is fair. Yeah.
And the Colts still have Josh Downs, AR if he runs, and they have Jonathan Taylor. So because of that,
we'll go the over.
I do think they're going to get killed, but I do think
we'll go the over.
I think you'll be surprised.
That's well played.
A big spread. So we got Tennessee against Houston. Houston's favored by 8. So you're definitely taking Houston. I think that's a gimme this week.
Yeah.
The total's 41.5. I don't like that. I'm taking the
under.
Yes. Taking the under on that. I think if Snead's back, it definitely won't go that high.
No.
Next game. This is a little more reasonable. We got the Minnesota Vikings favored by 3.5 against the Chicago Bears. Chicago's playing at home. It should not matter because I believe that they're both indoors regardless. So it's a dome game. The total's 39.5. I'm taking the under still.
I'm going to go over.
But I'm taking Minnesota.
I don't know why. Oh yeah, definitely taking Minnesota. I don't know. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go over. I think this is one of those good Caleb Williams games. Honestly,
we'll see.
I think so.
We'll see. You're taking the over, and you're taking.
I'm going to take the over.
Minnesota or Chicago? Minnesota, right?
Minnesota. Yeah,
okay. Next game. Denver Broncos are favored by minus 5.5 or 5.5 points versus the Raiders. I'm taking Denver at minus 5.5.
Oh yeah.
The total's 41.5. Taking the
under.
Easy.
For sure.
Easy.
Oh,
Next game. This is the closest game so far of the week. We got the Arizona Cardinals against the Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 1.
What?
By 1. Yeah.
Oh, no.
This is as 50-50 as you can get. The money line's minus 105 Cardinals, minus 115 Seahawks. The total is 47.5 because both their defenses are boo-boo.
I'm actually going to say under, but I will go Arizona.
I want this to be the game of the week. I'm going over. I'm going over. I'm going over.
No
But guess who I'm taking?
Seattle?
I'm taking Seattle.
No, brother.
I'm taking Seattle this week.
We're going Arizona.
Next game, we got the San Francisco 49ers against Green Bay Packers. Packers are only favored by 2.5 points, but it's in Lambeau. The total's 47.5. I will tell you this straight up, it's going under. There's no way they're scoring 47.5 points. I will let you go first.
I'm 100% taking Green Bay. 100% taking Green Bay, going under, because San Francisco is not going to be like Green Bay's defense is like low key kind of good. Like their stats might not show it, but I like their defense.
All right, here we go. That's like, here we go. I've been
waiting. Are you about to like conspiracy theory?
No. All right, look. The San Francisco 49ers, besides to the Chiefs, who do they lose to? Their division, right? We've seen it. They're like 1-3 in their division, or 1-4 now. I forget. We only lose our freaking division. I don't know why. Doesn't make sense. George Kittle was out last week. He's coming back. I will say Debo hasn't looked great. I don't know what's going on with him. He's been injured, and I mean, it's been weird. But Christian McCaffrey, he's an Achilles away from being out. Jawan Jennings has looked good, man. Jawan Jennings has looked good. Your boy. I'm just saying. Our defense, as long as Bosa's playing, I think we win. I think we win. I think it's going to be definitely a close game. It's going to be a fourth quarter, 2-minute drill. I think that's how we beat the game. I think we win by a field goal.
Your angel.
I think we win by a field goal. No, I think we win by a field goal. I got to have faith in the boys. I don't have faith in Purdy. I have faith on the all-pro supporting cast. That's what I have faith in.
All right.
Purdy will throw 2 picks, though. And that is my official prediction, and I will tell you that now. And so when we come back, you'll be like, oh, shoot, he was right. Because it's an outdoor game. It's cold. It's 40 degrees over here. I can only imagine how cold it is over there in Green Bay. You know what I mean? So I'm taking San Francisco at plus 2.5. I'm taking the under on the total. This is going to be stressful in my house. That's all I got to say. Oh, man, there's going to be some... I don't want to say that. There's going to be some blows. Be throwing some blows. My wife's going to be yelling at the TV. I'm going to be in the corner like, please don't yell at me. Next game, we got Philly favored by 3 against the Rams. I think Philly wins this game. The Rams defense is not that good. X talked about it earlier. Their offense has a lot of flashes. But Matt Stafford's getting old, and I don't know what's going on there. The total's 48.5. There ain't no way that is going over 48.5 points.
You know, it's coming back to me. Somebody told me that it's supposed to be like a severe weather going on
in LA.
It's supposed to be like.
Well, there's a cyclone gusts. Coming.
Yeah, big gusts of wind, like 15 mile per hour plus winds.
Well, 15's
Somebody said that. Somebody said that. No, but that's going to affect kicks. That's going to affect throws, brother.
I will tell you right now what is supposed to happen. Oh, it's going to rain on Sunday, but not a lot. So, I mean, I wouldn't worry about it. But I'm taking the under regardless.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under, and I'm definitely taking Philly.
All right, that was the Sunday night game. Monday night, we got Baltimore favored by 3 versus the Chargers, and it is at home in Los Angeles. Don't the Rams and the Chargers share a stadium?
Yeah, but the Rams are.
So they're going to play Sunday night? No, they're
no. The Rams, no, they're not.
No, it says Philly versus Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah,
they're home.
Well, the Rams are.
So they're going to have a Sunday night game, and then they're going to have a Monday night game. Talk about a change around, man. That poor stadium. Those workers be getting some OT, baby. You make your money, boys and girls. You make your money.
Got to.
That is a hell of a turnaround. Well, regardless, I'm taking the Ravens at -3. It is going to be a close game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers win just because Baltimore's been so up and down, and I don't know why, especially against good defenses. The total's 49.5, though, and I do not like that number. I'm taking the under.
I'm going to take the under. I'm going to take Baltimore.
All right. So this is usually the third part of our show where we like to get into hot takes, but first, we had so many comments. We thank you for the comments. Just a reminder, if you are subscribed, you like our videos for week 11, 12, and 13, and you comment, the important comment, you don't need to share our video. So I know there's a buddy of mine who shared it. I appreciate you. You didn't have to do that, but I need you to comment on the video. So a winner on November 29th will be picked for a t-shirt of any size, of any color that you want of our brand. So, and I'll be ordering that by December 6th. Just a reminder, so go ahead and do that. So I want to get to some of these comments. I just put, remember, you must like the video, comment, and be subscribed into the giveaway. And then the first comment was, you got to donate to the Titans. Titan funds are pretty dry with 0 Super Bowl wins. Do you care to respond officially to that comment? And that's the boy Angel, by the way.
Oh, I know it is. And the unfortunate thing about that is, yes, we have 0 Super Bowl wins. It is what it is. However, I would rather have 0 Super Bowl wins than be living in the 60s for all my life. Like Cowboys fans are
the 60s. You're talking about the 90s.
And brother, the Cowboys are historians at this point. That's all they live in. It's just a bit no.
In the past,
stop.
I will say this.
Stop, dude.
At least my team has won a Super Bowl while I've been alive, as opposed to you, homeboy. You weren't alive for your last Super Bowl, so.
And I'm okay. Like, I'm good. Because once I win it, it's going to be sweet, brother. It's going to be sweet.
Next comment, also from the Cowboys fan. Dallas Cowboys top 3 pick, Travis Hunter or Ashon Gentry. That's the guy from Boise. That's sick running back. I don't know if you know a lot about him. He's a beast. Any comments about that? No.
Honestly, I'm gonna be the guy to say it. I only watch NFL. When it comes to rookies, I have no idea. There's too much turnaround. Too much turnaround.
I can definitely I can speak on that a little bit. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are bad enough that they are going to get a top 3 pick or a top 5 pick. They might get 5, 6, 7 ish. Yeah. I think Carolina's bad. New York Giants are bad. New Orleans is pretty bad. Who am I missing? Jaguars are super bad, especially with Trevor Lawrence possibly being out.
Jaguars.
Yes.
Out of all the teams that you've named, Jaguars are the only ones that I could see taking a running back.
Yes.
They're the only ones I could see taking.
I don't know if they grab Gentry so high. I think Travis Hunter goes number 1 no matter who's on their team, and they're projecting Shador Sanders to go to number 2 depending on who needs a quarterback. I don't think Carolina takes another quarterback. I don't think Angel is under the assumption that because Deion Sanders has said that he would go coach the Cowboys if Shador is on the team. The Cowboys are not going to get rid of Dak because they just paid him $60 million. Even if they bench him, Dak is not going to waive his no trade clause because why would you do that when you're going to get paid $60 million a year? Exactly. I could sit for 4 years and make 200, what is it, 6 times 4, 20? 24. Math. $240 million to sit on my butt for 4 years. At my job, I would do that in a heartbeat. Say less. Who cares about legacy and Super Bowls? Pay me. And no state tax. Sign up. Sign me up. So it's not going to happen. Do I see you guys drafting Gentry? Absolutely. And I think he'd be a great fit for your team. Is that going to happen, though? I have no idea. I don't think Deion will be a good coach. But
also would never make it in the NFL. Never. He won't. Nope. I'll be the first one to tell you, nope. He would not do it. Because here's the thing. The way that I think I already touched on this, but I'm going to touch on it one more time. The way Deion talks to people, no grown-ass man is going to allow him to talk to them like that. At all. Coach or not. There's no way. You want to know what happened? Some big old Hutchinson-looking Hawkinson dude that's going to have Deion just chirping in his ear the whole time. He's going to punch that dude out and be like, trade me, bitch. Who the f*** are you? Who are you? You're nobody. You're some old dude that shouldn't even be out here. Like, there's a reason why Jerry Rice dances before 49er games, but you don't see him coaching because he understands that he's old. It's over. It's done. You had your glory year. Deion Sanders, same thing, dude. Same thing. He couldn't do it. And he commands zero respect. He just abandons his college before, goes and coaches another one, leaving all those kids that transferred over just middle fingers them. Dude, you have zero respect. You have zero respect for your players. No players other than children who are trying, and yes, I get it. They're over 18. Totally get it. They're adults. But in the world of the NFL, they are kids. They're not grown men. They're kids. And in the world of the NFL, he can be like that to kids, not to grown-ass men. They're not going to take that. He would lose that locker room by mid-season, and it would be over.
I just don't see a world where they draft a quarterback after they just paid Dak, in all honesty. And I don't see a world. I don't see, and I was trying to explain it to him today too, where I said, I like Deion as far as like for college. I think he brings a lot of hype, brings a lot of NIL money, a lot of sponsorship money to those teams. And, you know, Shador and Travis obviously has helped him a lot with the Buffaloes, right?
Right.
But I don't know if it transfers well to the NFL. But if he goes to the NFL, it'll be interesting to see. It'll definitely be a spectacle. I will say that. It will be all over ESPN all the time. So
Deion hypes me up, dude, because he's just so stupid. He's so stupid.
Next comment. You know what sucks more than the Titans? X's picks for the week.
Bro, you want to know what that's coming
from?
That's coming from a disgruntled 49ers fan that got mad that I picked right, that Seattle was going to win.
That's the boy Bacon Too Cold. That was Bacon Too Cold right there.
Yeah, I know.
It's funny as hell.
The boy would have lost the championship clean, fairly, if, you know, people weren't dying on the field. But, you know, we're not living in the past, right? Where is that boy in this league, by the way? Oh,
he's not here.
That's awkward.
He's not here, no.
That's awkward.
All right, next response. It says, Trevor Lawrence is better than Patrick Calzones this season. Not Mahomes, Calzones.
Bro, there is no world. There's no world. Like,
that is also the Cowboys fan, by the way.
Oh, see what I mean? Like, they're so delusional, even for everything else. Like, we won Super Bowls. I the Baby Ruth. Like, that's what this dude is right now, dude. Like, I don't know what's happening. Like, anybody that watches the NFL, even Jaguar fans, would never say that Trevor Lawrence is better than Patrick Mahomes. If you want to talk statistics, if you want to start, the numbers speak. If you want to do that, Tony Romo is one of the most successful quarterbacks. If that's what we're going to do, we going to go down that road? No, we're not. We're really not. So just stop. It's embarrassing. Like, the fact you still talk to him is just a testament to your mercy. I don't get it. Like, I don't know in any NFL world where you're going to say that Trevor Lawrence is better than Patrick Mahomes.
All right, next comment. Go Packers. Very simple, clean. My father-in-law. Cool, we'll move on. What color curtains do you think Jerry Jones should add to the Cowboy Stadium?
You know what, dude? Hey, he already bought the curtains. He put it up for the Mike Tyson fight. All right. Well, I wouldn't even call that a fight. It was more of like, a Life Alert commercial, really. But
let's not get into that.
But he already bought the curtains. He knows what he needs to do. He's a prideful old man. That's all it is. Leave it to Cowboy
I responded
fans.
with blackout curtains because the CD, he couldn't see the ball, when he was trying to get a touchdown. And GBZ, I don't know what the hell this name is. Basically, it's my buddy Griff. He's like, to block out how terrible of a team the Cowboys are.
See, bro, that's fair. Okay. So, for Angel, my best friend, my buddy, right? If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, it's probably a duck. So when everybody says the Cowboys suck, brother, Cowboys suck.
Well, his response will be, I've been saying the Cowboys suck but he's now saying that
Then what is he
2026 is going
arguing? Then what are we talking about?
So he's saying he's going to say he's been saying at work that 2026 is going to be the Cowboys year. So he's skipping the 2025 season.
So we're
It's
doing
going to
whatever
2026,
we want.
bro.
Oh my god! Yeah, Dak Prescott is the savior of the Cowboys. Like what? Oh my god!
I told him I would take Dak Prescott over Brock Purdy all day long. I truly still will at this point. So even at 60 million. So the boy Rob Stone, that's Bobber, as I like to call him. He said 100% all cotton for the boys. Let's go.
Ooh.
That is because you're like 100% cotton for the boy.
Top notch, boys. You need a quick present. There you go, dude.
I will say though,
gonna love it.
Caveat: the gift wrap is sold out now. It has sold out.
See what I mean? You're welcome, boys.
I tried to tell people and they didn't listen, man. It's sold out.
Dude,
it's all gone.
I'm telling you. Dude,
next,
that's the best thing.
Hey, all the presents I'm giving people this year from me is going to have that. So
look, if I saw a present underneath the tree wrapped in the Encinas Unfiltered, I'm going to be like, okay, one, this person knows quality. All right? Knows quality. Didn't spare any expense for me to have a good Christmas, right? Number two, that's going to be the best present underneath that tree, right? There could be a motorcycle and brand new car sitting out back. But when I see that wrapped up in the Encinas Unfiltered, I'm like, bro, what is that garbage sitting out in my driveway? Look at this right here. Ready? Boom. Crisp new pair of socks. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Freaking over-exaggeration. Anyways, next comment. He goes, this is from Colby Encinas. So this is somebody who we will probably get on the show here eventually. He wants to do some hot takes. Did I win this trade? I received Evans and Justice Hill for JSN and Kincaid. And I put, oh yeah, huge value for Evans, who should be pretty good.
Wait, hold on. Say it one more time.
He got Mike Evans and Justice Hill. Justice Hill is a throwaway, but it could be like a 14-man league.
Yeah.
For JSN, Jackson Smith-Njigba, and Dalton Kincaid.
Yep.
A tight end and a receiver for a receiver and a running back.
You traded away Kincaid?
Yes.
And he got Justice Hill out of it?
And
I'm going to assume
Mike Evans.
I'm going to assume that he needed a running back, which Justice Hill isn't bad for that little bit of time.
I'm just thinking Mike Evans at this point. Yeah. Mike Evans is a top 10 receiver. I said you absolutely won. It's a huge value. Yeah. Mike Evans is going to be good going down the stretch.
Yeah, Mayfield has to throw the ball. Jackson isn't consistent when DK and Tyler Lockett are healthy.
And Kincaid's hurt.
And Mike Evans is always going to be the true number one. So yeah, that's a solid trade. Right. Just for Mike Evans alone, you could have probably traded Jackson and Kincaid for Mike Evans. That would have been a good trade,
right?
In my eyes.
Next, I'm gonna see if you recognize this comment. It says, "We need a fund for the Cowboys QB fund. Lawrence is the same as Richardson, brother. I'm going to need you to stop doing drugs. Get yourself right. LOL."
That sounds like a smart individual right there. Someone you should probably listen to.
That is from the boy X there. It's tight in her. Titan.
Oh, yes it is, boys. Yes, it is.
That last comment, it says, it's from Hot Rod 5592. Titans, Cowboys, and Patriots are trash with the trash can emoji. Definitely missing a couple
truth,
there.
Brother.
Definitely missing a couple there.
Speaking truth, I can't comment on that.
I will say, if you guys want to comment, we will continue to read your comments. It is fun to banter. Let's keep it, I wouldn't say PG. Maybe like not NC-17, but like rated R. It's fine. But I enjoy the comments. It's a lot of fun. Just some closing things I wanted to say. I mean, I kind of want to get a little hot take, but it's just more of like kind of what I've already said earlier, where it's just like, I don't know what's going on with the Niners. I don't know what's going to happen with us. I don't know if we're a playoff team. I don't think we should pay Brock Purdy. I don't know if we should fire Kyle Shanahan. I don't know what it is. He's just so predictable at this point. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't think we should cut Debo, but
they're going to probably let him go.
I know.
You guys are going to honestly probably take a receiver. I'm first round is going to probably be a receiver.
We just got Pearsall and we have Jawan and Ayuk, so it's like
I mean, yeah, Juan isn't bad.
And he's cheap.
So maybe they go defense. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
You guys are
It's
going to be
just a
losing
weird-
a lot of pieces. That's
It's a weird
what sucks.
situation. Do you think Tennessee goes and grabs a quarterback in the draft?
No.
You think you guys stick
No.
it out with Will Levis?
I think we stick it out with Will Levis for probably 2 more years.
All
1.5 years at best. The line is an issue. So I think what they do is they address the line issue first. Rand Carthen was a very small part of the Malik Willis trial. And Malik Willis played against the Titans, showing what he could do with a line. So if I was the Titans, I would have noted that and said, okay, we had this quarterback. He played well with a line. We don't have a line. So let's get a line and see if Will Levis can be something with a line. So I think like I've already said, first round lineman, second round lineman, third round lineman, you're going lineman across the board. Fix your issue. That is your issue. Do we need another receiver now? Yes, we do. But if I see that first round pick wasted anywhere other than the line, I'm gonna slap somebody.
I will tell you
slapping
this.
somebody.
I will tell you this, okay? I think if you guys are in a position, you guys are probably a top 3 pick, right? I think if you guys are in the position,
Top 3, top 5.
If you guys are able to grab Travis Hunter, I think you guys will do it. And I know that doesn't sound right, but he's.
I mean,
remember,
they might, yeah.
Don't forget what he. So I don't know how much you know about him. He plays. He's a DB and he's a receiver, and he plays the whole game. He never comes out. He literally plays the whole game. He's like a Dion, and I think that's why Dion likes him so much. Because Shador doesn't do that. Shador's just quarterback, his son. But
yeah.
Travis Hunter's sick, dude. Like, I would probably put him. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. receiving ability wise is better. Not saying Travis Hunter's not good, but I think what makes him so special is that he can play both sides of the ball and that he wants to do it and he can play all game. He doesn't get tired. He doesn't come out. Like, I think that's a good value. So that if you do need an extra guy out there as like a third guy, fourth guy, he'll come out and do it, you know?
I just think that right now, because one guy that's flying underneath the radar right now is Westbrook Akine off the Titans. He has oh man. I saw a crazy stat about him. And I think that with Westbrook Akine there, I don't think we really need to go that route. In my opinion, I don't think we need. Here it is. List of players who have caught more touchdown passes this season than Titans wide receiver Nick Westbrook Akine. Okay? Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra, George Kittle, Mike Evans, Scary Terry, Drake London, Quinston Johnson, Marvin Harrison Jr. That's it. Those are the only ones.
How many touchdowns does he have?
How many does he have? 5, I believe. He's scored 5 touchdowns on 25 targets this season alone.
Wow.
So he has potential. He just needs the opportunity, and he needs a quarterback that has time.
Yeah, and I get where you're coming from, and I do think you guys definitely need some offensive linemen. But I think it's kind of like when you have a generational player, and I think that's what they would probably categorize Travis Hunter.
Right.
It's like you got to get him. Like,
which is fair. I get
like
it.
I think if like the number, like, so I'll give you an example. If the Giants are there, who they just drafted Malik Neighbors, right? Like they don't need another receiver.
Go wide receivers, no.
But that would be a conversation where they're either going to go, am I going Shador or am I going Travis Hunter or Cam Ward? Cam Ward's good too. So you're kind of sitting there with 2 quarterbacks and a receiver who are going to go in the top 3 picks, and you're like, okay, what do I do? Well, the Giants need a quarterback, so they'll probably go Shador,
they're going
right?
to go quarterback.
So then if you guys are number 2 pick, I think you guys, if you're not going to go quarterback and you guys are going to stick with Will Levis, then you go.
I think Carolina
are we going to grab? But yeah, I mean, and the Carolina could grab him. I mean, they do need a receiver.
I think that they'll go quarterback before, because I think they're over Bryce Young. I think that experiment's done.
In. They put him back in
because Andy Dalton is busy getting in car accidents and doing nothing, man.
Yeah.
Like, he had his moment to shine.
I just don't think I don't think they give up on him that fast, because if you guys are not going to do it, I don't see a world where they do.
I think they bring him in as an insurance policy. That's what I think happens. They bring him in. You know what? Bryce Young hasn't proved himself. He hasn't done much. Let's bring this kid in. Let him play a year, watch Young get screwed up, and be like, wow, that's what I got to look forward to. That's where I kind of think we're at.
Well, I think another unfortunate situation is that I think Shedeur is going to do the Eli Manning thing, where he's not going to do it publicly, but he's going to do it more privately, where he's going to say, I'm not going to play for this team.
Well, and that's another reason why, nonetheless, too, NFL executives or GMs in teams, NFL teams, will not pick up Deion Sanders because he says outlandish crap like this, dude.
Well, that was Shedeur.
If he doesn't go, I'm going to do some pool to make sure that my boys get where they need to go. Shut up, dude. You don't got nothing. You're like barely even a millionaire. You're trying to tell billionaires what they're going to do. Like, no, bro. Shut up. Know your place. Stay in your lane. Shut up. Like, you don't control anything in the NFL. You control
zero. There's a lot of beef between you and Deion. I don't really understand it, but
dude,
it's fine.
This is something else, dude.
This is a conversation for off camera. But I will say, Travis Hunter is a generational talent. I think Shedeur is going to be very good. I don't know how good. Cam Ward's also a very good quarterback that's going to be in the draft. It'll be interesting. But I do think that if your team has an opportunity to grab somebody who's going to be very good, you either draft him or you guys trade down for an offensive lineman and get some picks. Which might be also something that Dallas might consider too. Thing. Right.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I'll just leave the hot takes at that. We'll kind of let them stew for a little bit. I'm sure X will bring something about Deion next week. That's his new latest outlet, I guess. But
he's my new Anthony Richardson, dude.
Oh man, dude. But if you stuck around, thanks for sticking around. As a reminder, and I've said this again, but I'm going to keep reminding you, if you want to be entered to win an Insane Unfiltered shirt of any color on the website, you can check it out. Of any color and size. It does not matter if you're a extra small or a 5X. I think it only goes up to 5X. You got to like the video. You got to comment on the video. And you have to be subscribed to the channel. And when you do that, I will put everyone's names into a random wheel spin. And I will film it. And whoever wins. And it'll be posted. And I'll probably include it on the next episode so people can see what had happened. So it's all fair for everybody. So you can comment on week 11, 12, and 13's videos. And that, like I said, the winner will be picked on Black Friday, which is November 29th. And again, and I'll reinforce this too, if you have not liked and subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. Thank you for sticking around. If you want to know anything that's going on in CNS Unfiltered, it's www.cnsunfiltered.com. For there you can see our socials. You can see that we can watch the episode directly from the website. And you can see our locks for the week that I include there every week as well. X, thanks for sticking around. I know it was a little long-winded episode. And I know you always have time to talk some crap about Deion. So, but anyways, everyone, thanks for sticking around. Have a good night. Peace.
Later.